All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wawakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well, including you men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women and children also. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible. Who are you? Okay? Who are you? Let's start this off in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So it was told the prophet Jeremiah that not only our nation, but he himself would discontinue from knowing that he's one of the Lord's people, being an Israelite. It was prophecy that we fell away from our customs. It was prophecy that, our eye would be evil towards our brother. It's prophecy that the households will be broken up. It's prophecy that a lot of our people would have short lives. It's prophecy that our people would be hunted in the streets by these other nations, starting with Esau, of course, including by our own people. All of these things are prophecy. Now, the fact that when you go out in everyday life and you're not going to see the actual Israelites referring to themselves as the actual Israelites, well, it's prophecy because we discontinued from our heritage. All right. So for many, it wouldn't make sense to think, well, how were they the Israelites? All this time, they've been calling themselves Black, African American, Chicano, Mexican, Latino, Native American, all these, bywords as the scriptures call them. Well, the reason for that is because the Lord told us we would stop calling ourselves Israelites. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So you have to imagine. See, right now we know we're Israelites. Imagine the Lord telling you, there's going to come a time where you're not even going to remember that you're an Israelite. You'd have that feeling like, oh man, not again. Well, imagine when Jeremiah heard that, okay? He had that feeling of, oh, wow, me too? Here it is. I'm serving the Lord. I'm doing the best I can to please him. And he's telling me that even myself, I'm going to discontinue from my heritage. I'm going to discontinue from knowing I'm an Israelite. That had to sting. That had to hurt. Nevertheless, that had to happen because it was prophecy. It was prophetic. Okay, so seeing that our people had discontinued from our heritage, let's go to let's hold that. Let's go to Hosea. I think, yeah, it's in Hosea 4 and 6. That's what it is. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So our people have been destroyed, not literally destroyed as in, done away with, extinct, we don't exist, but destroyed in a sense of we've been brought down to a very low level, a very low condition. So low, we don't even consider ourselves who we actually are. Who are you? Okay, and a lot of our people, if you ask them, they're going to tell you all these different lies. Oh, I'm Black. Oh, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. Yeah, I'm Cuban. Yeah, my people, they come from Mexico. Yeah, I'm Mexican. All these different names, man. But that's not who you really are. You only call yourself that because we fell away from our heritage. And that's why you're hearing it now the way you're hearing it. How is it my whole life I've been calling myself this, and then here's this guy talking about I'm one of the Lord's people? Well, it was prophetic that you would forget. It was prophetic that you would discontinue from your heritage. My people, who are the Lord's people are Israelites, are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, saying, thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So the fact is, the knowledge is back in the earth. But even with that, a lot of our people are rejecting that knowledge. They want to remain docile to this society and the Esau and everything this society stands for. But when it comes to the truth, when it comes to getting, our identity back, most of our people, they don't care. That's not their focus. They don't believe it. They can't see it. They don't consider it. All right. But the knowledge that they do have is the knowledge of a fool, the knowledge of an idiot. All right. But that all goes back to us falling from our heritage, discontinuing from being Israelites, brought so low that we've become stupid. Let's just face it. We become dumb. We become idiots. All right. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. And you do that by rejecting the words of the prophets whom the Lord had set up. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten thy law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. And anyone in their right mind, if you claim to love your children, all right, you'd obtain this knowledge. You serve Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 8. That's not it. 21 and 18. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. So our people have been destroyed without knowledge. That's why if you ask them who they are, they're not going to make any sense. Okay? It doesn't make sense to be calling yourself black. What the hell is a black? What's a black people? That sounds like some scary folks, man. I couldn't imagine seeing actual black people, man. Some tar looking people, just plain black. Okay, it's stupid when you really consider and acknowledge what people are saying. You'll have two brown skinned complected people. They can be the same complexion. And then one saying I'm black, the other one saying, oh, I'm Puerto Rican. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Okay? The knowledge of this world, it makes you think like an idiot. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. These mother effers don't make no sense. But you know what does make sense? The scriptures. And thanks to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai showing mercy, he left us what we needed to come back to our remembrance, to come back to our heritage. Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning today. So you'll have idiots say, well, this ain't the Bible days no more. That's a lie. This scripture proves it. Everything that was written back in the ancient days was written for us today also. We're always going to be in the Bible times. How are we not in Bible times no more when everything happening today is Bible prophecy? Even something as simple as, these YouTubers getting all these views over vanity, okay? All these different social media sites, these women acting like hoes, people doing what they want to do. All of that is biblical prophecy. So you can't sit here and tell those with their eyes open that we're not in biblical times. And there's still prophecies waiting to crack open. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So now we're learning, oh, we're those people. We're the Israelites. Oh, I'm from the tribe of this, or I'm from the tribe of that. I was going off. I was being wicked. I was being evil. I was deceived. You know these things through the scriptures, man. The scriptures is kind of like, imagine an individual, they got real bad memory. They had a bad concussion. And then they're following this track, and this track is being led to, let's say, some secret information. And this track is being guided by, let's say, a crazy example, but it's something. Let's say this track is being led by some cookies or something. You follow the path of the cookies. The cookies lead you right to some serious important information. And that information reminds you of what you forgot. Like, oh, this is who I am. Okay, so the scriptures trail us back to who we are. Seeing that we caught this spiritual concussion, we forgot. We were totally just bugged out due to generations and generations of our people not knowing, following after the ways of these heathen. It has caused us to further drift away from who we are as a people. So our people have become destroyed for the lack of knowledge, but we have the scriptures to bring us back to that remembrance, for us to learn, to have hope. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And that's a beautiful thing, knowing that we have hope. Okay, let me see here. Let's take it to Jude chapter 1 and verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this. So we already knew this already, but we know this again because the things that were written aforetime were written for us today, so that we can remember, we can come back, we can reconsider, seeing that the majority of our people are not even going to consider. Okay, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people, being the Israelites, out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. So even to this day, any of our people who don't believe in the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they're going to be destroyed just like what happened back then. And we understand what happened because it's written in the scriptures. We understand who we are because it's written in the scriptures. We understand what to do and what not to do because it's written in the scriptures. When times get hard, when things get, when things feel like they're out of hand and out of control, we understand that we have comfort, we have hope because it's written in the scriptures. All right. All that we forgot, that we fell away from, all of our customs and things is found in the Bible, man. The Book of Remembrance. So it's prophetic, as it was told to Jeremiah, that he would discontinue from his heritage, and not just him, but our people. We forgot. But through this book, we're remembering, we're learning all over again. Okay. So we're being put in remembrance through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So who are you? If you remember, okay, if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, according to your father's genetic line, if you're calling yourself an Israelite, now you remember. Now you remember, man. Let's close it with this here. And I'm going to let it alone until my next lesson. Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Now we're calling ourselves the Israelites from whatever tribe. It's all prophecy. How can you say that you're the Israelites? How can you say this and say that when all this time you were calling yourself by this name and that name, and all of a sudden now you guys are saying you're the Israelites? That's right. It's prophecy. It's biblical prophecy. And in the land of our captivities, we are remembering ourselves. And we can also reference the scriptures to remind us. That's our main source of information, is the scriptures, man. All right. For I knew that they would not hear me. So our people don't care. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They disregard it. Because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Now we are remembering. We are the children of Israel. We are the Israelites. So again, who are you? All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wa Rakakwadash, Shalom.